Hello guys, it's Rick, your persistent hiker, and I'm coming to you from the Withlacoochee State Forest in Florida, and I'm in the Croom track, and I'm doing the Croom A Loop this morning, which should be my final hike in order to qualify for my Florida Trail Walker's badge. It's kind of a drippy day today, so I like to describe it. It's just kind of gray and a little misty and water dripping off the trees and stuff. It's not really raining. I'm afraid what's going to happen is the sun's going to come out, and if the sun comes out, it's going to get hot in a hurry because everything is damp. But we're about halfway around this thing. We're 3.9 miles in here, and we got 3.9 miles back around the other side of the loop. And this particular track and this trail reminds me more of upstate New York than any place else I've been. It's actually got hills on it. And I've seen two things today that makes it remind me of New York. One is the hills, and the other is I've seen some white-tailed deer. I think it was the same two. I walked up on them twice, and not close enough to get a picture of them, but I could see them bounding off in the distance with their tails. And after the first time I saw them, I walked a little farther, and maybe another 3/4 of a mile or so, and then I seen them again, and they were running ahead of me, which I thought was strange because the wind was blowing right in my face. And I couldn't figure out what they were doing. Usually a deer like that will try to get around behind you so that he can smell you and keep track of you that way rather than just running in front of you. But the thing that made me kind of figure out what they were doing was there's somebody else in here today. It rained last night, but I can see tracks on the trail, and somebody's got a big dog, and they got here. The car was in the parking lot when I got down there this morning, and so they went up the trail in front of me. So now that I think of it, probably what those deer were doing was trying to keep track of both of us. So he couldn't very well. He was staying in a spot where he could smell the guy in front of me, but he was also staying in spots where he could keep an eye on me too. So it was kind of interesting. I saw them a couple different times, but couldn't get a picture of them because they were too far away. Probably 100 yards in front of me, I could see their tails as they were bounding through the brush and stuff. But I'm going to flip around here and give you an idea of what we've been hiking through most of the day today. The very beginning of it was really dense woods, and it was all wet and drippy in there and stuff. But out here it's kind of open pine land, but there are actually hills out here, so I'll give you a look at some of them. As you can see here, I'm right on top of a hill. I decided to stop when I hit the halfway point, and it just happened to be right at the point of this little knoll, so I stopped up here and took my sweatshirt off. It's starting to get a little warmer, and drank some water and took a leak. So, these are nice trails. There's a lot of trails in here. There's bike trails and hiking trails and horse trails and all kinds of different trails. And it's quiet. It reminds me of Starkey Wilderness. It's very quiet up in here. We are a long ways from nowhere. Every once in a while a plane will fly over, but other than that it's very quiet. So it's a nice place to hike. So without further ado, I'm going to sign off here, and I'll talk to you again from some other trail and some other state park somewhere down the line. And hope you had a good day as I'm having. Bye.